Sean, Gordon, when you look at the No campaign and the prominent, Jacinta Price, Nampa Price, Senator Price has been so powerful and effective as an advocate. To see the Indigenous community divided, how damaging has it been to the Yes campaign?
Look, I think first we've got to step back to where this started. This started in 2007 with John Howard leading into the election. It's been picked up by every Prime Minister since leading up to this day. And so it's been a Conservative-driven initiative from that point on. I was at Kirribilli in 2014 when Tony Abbott met with Indigenous leaders across the country, and we're committed to this process. I've been a part of this now for more than a decade, advocating for Indigenous constitutional recognition. And I think going to Peter's point is it's important that if you're going to recognise a group of people, is it then only right that you ask them how they want to be recognised? And that's what Indigenous people put forward in the Uluru Statement. I think in regards to Indigenous people, our issues aren't going to go away. Our challenges aren't going to go away. The country then needs to think about how do we continue to address that. What I'm most proud of in this whole process, and there's been some real positives that come out of this, but we've reached into the homes of everyday Australians, into their kitchens, into their lounge rooms, into their backyards, and forced the Australian people to have a conversation about the First Peoples of this country and the disparity gaps that exist. That's got to count for something. Regardless of the outcome, we've forced a conversation that this country has not been willing to have with the First Peoples of this country.
The Prime Minister, Andrew, has gone all in on it. We don't know how he's going to respond tonight in terms of, we're hearing maybe an address to the nation, or maybe, depends on the result, I guess, what he does. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but he's got to speak tonight and have that message of where to next.
I think he knows it's lost, and I suspect this will go down about 60-40. It is just about the margin now. We know from all the polling that this is going down, and you might see it's not going down by so much initially as you get New South Wales and Victoria and Tasmania. When the time zones move and we get the Queensland and WA vote, it will be a thumping loss to the Yes campaign. They were dealing with Jacinta Price on the right, if you like, and Lydia Thorpe on the left, and that was pretty powerful, particularly Jacinta Price, an Aboriginal woman saying we don't need this. If people were wavering, that was enough. Important to remember, when the polling started going heavily south, that's when Peter Dutton opposed it on April 5. I expect the Yes campaign and the government to be pointing a lot to that. We know no referendum has ever got up in this country when it hasn't been bipartisan. And that was an interesting period, because Anthony Albanese was euphoric. He was on top of the world. His first government in 100 years to win a by-election the Saturday before. Peter Dutton then changed the subject. He moved it on to go into his party room saying, what's our position on the Voice? The position is no. And that is where this debate started to change.